Welcome back, guys. If you know me by now, you know how I feel about a committed relationship. I don't condone it. I don't advise men to be in a committed relationship, right? But if you do decide to be in a committed relationship, right, you must let your partner know your boundaries, what you willing to accept, right? Because if you don't state your boundary in the first time you're meeting this person, right, if you don't say what you're willing to accept, she's gonna freestyle it and don't care what you want. She's not gonna care for you. Right? It's gonna be a waste of time if you don't let your intention known blatantly. Know state your boundary. I tell a woman, all right, I want this, I want that. I'm expecting my meals to be cooked. I'm expecting my clothes to be clean. I expect the house to be clean. I expect the children to be taken care of, right? Because if you don't say that, right? If you don't say that up front, she's not gonna respect you, and then it's a waste of time dating her the whole time and expect her to know. Because women don't know this stuff, right? Women cannot read your brain. They cannot read your mind if you don't state your boundaries of what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept. Because if you don't have boundaries, she's gonna do anything. She's gonna be wild out there. She'll be wild out, and you're gonna have lose control. You're gonna have chaos in your lifestyle. So when you first meet a woman, set your boundaries straight. Let her know what type of man are you. Let her know what you're willing to accept from her. Let her know what are your future. Let her know what are your intention. Do you want a serious relationship, or do you want a fool around relationship, right? Because if she don't know that far, if you don't state that, she's gonna mess around and have all these polyamorous relationship, right? She's not gonna be monogamous to you, right? If you don't make it known to her, right? You have to make it known to her before everything else goes off the rail. This is why most men out there, they don't set their boundaries. They enter this heartbreak. There's unintended consequences dating a woman. This woman cannot read your mind. Right? You gotta make your present known, make your intention known immediately, on the spot, clear, no gray areas. Right? Because if you don't, she will cheat on you. She will do all these stuff to you, all these nasty stuff to you. Right? She's not gonna take care of her kid. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. She's not gonna take care of her kid. She's not gonna wash the house, clean the house, whatever, wash the clothes. She's not gonna do that. Right? And you're gonna find out the hard way. And you can't be mad at her for not you taking your responsibility and telling her what you want. Tell her your boundaries, right? Because if you don't do that, you're setting yourself up for failure. Tell her that I don't want you to drink, I don't want you to smoke, right? If she can't handle it, out the door and find another one easy. So you have to waste your time being with a woman who don't respect you, being a woman who won't respect your boundary, being a woman who won't take your order or take you seriously. This is a complete waste of time. Your time on this planet is infinite, right? You put in all your time, energy, and effort into one woman, and she don't respect your boundary, and she don't know your boundary. That's why you have to tell her your boundary. Because if you don't, it's just a waste of time, right? So you gotta make it clear. I don't want you to go out. I don't want you to wear too much makeup. I don't want you to wear too much revealing stuff, because she don't know that. Next thing you know, you're together, and then next thing you know, she put on this dress, and then you get caught off guard. Like, wait a minute, why are you wearing that stuff? I don't want you wearing that stuff. Then you gotta get into this argument. All right, these insecurities start coming out. Like, wow, what I got myself into. Next thing you know, you find out her real body counts when your boundary is that you don't want her to be sleeping around all that stuff. Right? You didn't know what type of girl she is when you first met her. That's why you talk to her and you interview her ass. And so you know each other's boundary. Because if you don't, that's a key to a failed relationship, right? That's how you know or figure it out whether she's traditional or not. Is she willing to conform to your boundary? If she's willing to submit to you, right? If she's willing to follow your orders. Because at the end of the day, if you're in a committed relationship, the man lead in the relationship. If she don't listen to you, what's the point? All right, make it known that you want to lead her in life, right? And she's supposed to listen to you. If you don't, she's gonna assume all this stuff. She's gonna assume all this stuff and expect you to accept it. Right? Now next thing you know, she's leading the relationship. Now, do you want that in life? Do you want that in life? And that's the mistake guys make. Excuse me. But yeah, that's the mistake a lot of guys make by not letting women know your boundary, what you're willing to accept. It's not, guys. It's not a bad thing to know your boundary. All right, you have to say what you want in a relationship. If you don't, she's gonna go wilding out in the streets. Right? You have to control in a relationship. A man controls a woman. If a man don't control his woman, she can go crazy, buck wilding. You know, right on the stripper pole and all this crazy stuff. Next thing you know, you come home crying, mad at your girl, have insecurity issues. When you should know for a fact that you should already tell her what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept. So don't get mad if you don't state your boundaries. Right? That's if you're willing to commit, willing to be in a relationship with a woman. For me, I know what comes with a woman. I know how a women are. That's why I'm not willing to commit to a woman. Cause I'm on I'm on my grind right now. I'm not dealing with that kind of mess. Those are short term satisfaction, being with a woman. Right? I'm looking for long term gain in life. Cause women come and go. To me, in my mind, in my opinion, women come and go. Right? There's no such thing of a good woman. There's no such thing of a better woman. There's no such thing of a best woman. Right? Because all of them are different. Right? And all of them can change. They have different personality. It's what you're willing to accept in a woman. Right? It's what you're willing to accept in a woman. And is she willing to comply to your boundaries? If she's not willing to comply to your boundaries, let her go. You have to find a woman who's willing to accept you, who's willing to reciprocate with you. No, but I've seen guys are just being simps and just take orders from. Next thing you know, the woman's wearing the pants in a relationship, scared to talking to your woman, right? Scared to talking to your woman. If she don't agree with you, let her go, man. Cause you have boundaries. Every relationship has boundaries. I'm not saying don't respect her boundary, because she has boundaries as well. She had to make her boundary known and your boundary known too. It's reciprocative, right? If only one people reciprocates, that's a fair relationship. That's a recipe for disaster, and you don't want to be in that kind of mess. That you're asking for chaos. So, all in all, you have to be intent what you want in a relationship with her. Tell babe, I don't want you to wear too much makeup. I'm not comfortable wearing this revealing dress. I'm not comfortable you staying out this late. I don't want you to hang around with your friends too much, right? I don't want you go out with your male friends. I don't want you this, that, and the third. XYZ, right? It's not willing to conform to that, then you know you got a wrong person. You gotta find somebody who's willing to reciprocate with you, right? She don't have to be perfect, but she has to reciprocate with you, have to respect you. But at the end of the day, man, guys, let your woman know that you have boundaries. You don't want your girl to be at 304s. Tell her, I don't want you to go out, girls' night out. All right, we're in a relationship. There's no more girls' night out when you're in a relationship. All right, there's no more guys' night out. Right? Because when you're in a relationship, you have to do relationship stuff, which do whatever you want to do. I mean, watch a movie, cuddle, whatever it is. But imply a boundary. That is what guys are not saying in a relationship. And next thing you know, they want it to be heard because the woman don't know the man's boundary. Next thing you know, she's on a stripper pole, grinding on somebody. Then you have to find the hard way. Then she's talking to her coworker, which is a guy friend, not knowing that she's actually sleeping with him. Right? Then you can find out the hard way. Right? Tell her that you don't want her to have a guy's friend, because women and men cannot be friends. Women and men cannot be friends. But let me know you agree. If I missed something, like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back with another episode. On that note, guys, peace and blessings.